You are now listening to True Warrior Football Podcast. All right. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second episode of the True Warrior Football Podcast. I am your host, Corey Kid Smith. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. This is going to be a great adventure. Today, we have a lot to discuss. A lot happened last week in the game on Friday. First thing I want to say is thank you to ESPN for having our team, our program being showcased on your network. It's always good where a school of our status and stature can go out and showcase our talents and what we are able to do at this school on the east side of Indianapolis. So it is always good. I think I do believe that's the second full time we've had a game televised live on national TV. And the first time was in 2011. We faced Cathedral here. Excuse me, not Carmel. We faced Cathedral here at home. It was on a Saturday afternoon, a noon kickoff on a Saturday in the middle of August. That game was sweltering. Like the sun was just sitting on your shoulder. Like, what's up, man? Y'all ready for this game or what? So we ended up coming out with the victory in that game. And just like today, just like last week, I should say, we came out with another victory. So officially, we're 2-0 on the ESPN televised games. I will take that any day of the week. And this game was a rematch. Of course, I talked about that last week with Jaden. A rematch of last year's game. And last year, we faced Trinity at home. And it was a game that went back and forth a little bit how like this game went. And we ended up losing because of a controversial call that the IHSA had to apologize for, and they had to reprimand the referees that called our game. But, it is what it is. You can't go back and fix those errors and give the correct score back, unfortunately. So we took the loss on that one. But, Trinity was like, hey, you guys come on down and face us here. And they were two-time defending state champions. They've won 13 championships in the last since the 2000s, early 2000s, and really they're the top perennial powerhouse in the state of Kentucky. When you think about Kentucky football, they are right there at the top. So they were hyped as ever, and with the game being televised, I know a lot of people watched on TV, got their DVR set. A lot of people went down. Fortunately, there was a bus situation, a bus fiasco here for the team and the fans here. The charter bus that we had, there was issues. So the bus that we were going to have take our fans down had to get canceled at the last moment so it can pick up the defensive players that were on the bus that need to get to the game. So I really feel bad for those fans. Hopefully something's being made in the works to fix that situation. So hopefully you guys will still be taken care of. We want to support our fans, make sure they're taken well care of. But yeah, we did not have a large contingent of fans come down like we had planned, unfortunately. But by the time that everybody got there, it was it was a scene to behold, I've been told. The game really, it got off to, what can I say? Coach West calls it the worst quarter in Warren Central history. I don't know if that's technically the worst quarter in history, but you know what? I've seen a lot of games in Warren over the time. I've been a part of some playoff collapses. Unfortunately, I've been a part of some games that just got away from us real fast. But for a game to get away from you in that way, on that manner, on national television, That is not ideal. So, Coach West, I will agree with you on that one. That was definitely the worst way for our program to start a quarter, possibly in history. We have a nationally televised game, people from all over the country watching us, and we come out and literally lay an egg. We are down, folks, 21-0. Now, granted, I was not able to be at the game. I wish I could have been there. I unfortunately had to work, and I always promote the game for people to, you watch it online, watch it on TV if it's going to be on TV. I always make sure people are able to watch it and actually support. But for me, it's hard for me to stream and watch live games like that. So I'm on the Twitter account. And I'm checking. Okay, we get a tackle. All right, let's go. And then I see touchdown, 66 yards. Oh my God, let's not do this. Come on, boys. Come on, defense. Let's not do this. And I see the offense gets the ball, and okay, let's go. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. We're about to punt. Block punt. Returned by Trinity for a touchdown. You got to be kidding me. I'm thinking at work, like, oh my God. Like, this is not what I wanted to deal with. Not on a Friday night. And so right off the bat, 2 drives, we are down 14-0. Then, okay, we'll get it together. 14 points down isn't the largest hole I've seen us come out of. We've been able to come back from deficits before. So, spirit of the Warriors, man, it never goes away. So let's go. Come on. So once again, this play right here, the quarterback for Trinity, Seth Jutts, the kid, I had to give him credit, man. He made some plays early in the game that really got them up. And this play, it was like a rollout that's toss it up and see what happens. I thought at first he was just going to toss it out of bounds, but just so he wouldn't get penalized. But nope, he decides to roll out and toss the ball all the way down. And our defender, the ball just basically falls right over his shoulder into the Trinity player's hands, and the Trinity player basically falls into the end zone. So right there, down 21-0 in the first quarter. I'm sitting here, and granted, I haven't watched the game on TV yet, but I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm reading Twitter updates from people that are watching the game. Like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe he caught that in bounds and fell right into the end zone. And that's how we are down 21-0. I'm like, you got to be absolutely freaking kidding me. And I'm just like, oh my God, come on, boys, let's make something happen. But then something does happen. That's the reason why I love the program I'm with right now so much. Last year's, to talk about this, let me speak on something else. Last year's boys and girls basketball team, on their way to winning state, they had a similar motto for each of them. Can't fold, won't fold. And what that means is we aren't going to break easily because we can't break easily. We get down, we're going to fight back. We're going to keep fighting back anyways. Either way we can, we are going to fight back each and every time. And we're going to give you guys the hardest opportunity. We're going to be the hardest team for you guys to get rid of. And nobody could beat them. That's the reason why both teams, boys and girls, won state in basketball last year. For one of the greatest accomplishments in school history. And that's what the football team decided to do. Jaden George, I had him on the show on Friday or on the show last week. And I asked him, being a Warder Central quarterback, okay, is one of the greatest things you could possibly be in state history. We've had so much great quarterbacks come through here. Do you feel pressure? And he said to me verbatim here, let me pull it up so I want to make sure I have the right words here, what he said to me exactly. He said, Let's see here. Of course, you know, we get pressure every night. We just got to go out there and do our thing. And that's what Jaden literally started to do. He started to do his thing. He got the ball to, I believe it was number 6, Mr. Goods. Mr. Goods, I'm going to talk about you a little bit later, but that first touchdown right there that you had, that was an icebreaker moment. Okay, we got the touchdown here. We can compete with these boys, all right? It's not going to be blowout city. We can compete with these boys. And then another special individual came through. Really, 2 special individuals came through for us down the stretch. And all of a sudden, at halftime, we're looking at a 28-21 deficit, a 28-21 ball game. Hey, that is good in my books. I'm fine with that because a touchdown is nothing. A touchdown is not. When you are down 21 points at any point in the game and you are able to cut that deficit to 7, hey, let's go. And you still have a full half of football to go. Let's go. Come on now. We can do this. We're Warriors. All right. So we're down 28-21 at half. Great. And I'm at work. I'm feeling much better about things. All right, let's go. Then second half starts. Okay, let's go. And yeah. And what was it? About 6.5 minutes. We go from being down 28-21 to being down 41-21. And once again, I'm like, come on now, guys. Let's you gotta be kidding me, right? Come on, defense, come on now. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Of all people, don't do this to me on national TV. Cause then I gotta wear this. I gotta wear this badge I wear this badge of defense of honor for you guys, man. And please don't do this to me. So at that point, let me talk about the quarterback. Seth Jutts, all right. First year starting quarterback for them. This dude, through this moment, all right, 5:30 to go in the third quarter. We're down 41-21, 20 points in the third quarter. He is 14 for 16 for 4 touchdowns and 246 yards. That's about as perfect as you could possibly be. That's like Peyton Manning numbers right there. Like, this dude was putting the ball everywhere and making it happen. At that point also, they had been 10 for 11. Remember these numbers. 10 for 11 on third down. Whew, man. All right, well, once again, I'm at work. I'm reading my Twitter updates. We get a big stop. Okay. Big shout out to Cavi. Cavi Minor comes through with a big play, big stop, leads to them punting on 4th down. Okay. Then Ramir Elliott, another player that just had an absolutely phenomenal night. And I'm have an opportunity to sit down and talk with him. We're going to bring that interview on later. But he started to go off. When the lights are on and the going gets tough, boy, he was moving, making cuts, great vision. He reminded me a whole lot of Shakir Bell and a few other backs that have come through here, but definitely he reminded me of Shakir Bell, not because of the size, but the willpower, the determination to carry the team, put the team on his back. This dude was just an absolute tear in this half. Okay, he gets his touchdown, and it's 28-21. Not 28-21. It's 41-28 now, and we're heading into the fourth quarter. Now, at this point, it's funny. One of the ESPN commentators says the only thing that can stop this kid, talking about Ramir Elliott, the only thing that can stop his kid is him losing his shoe. Now I think, that's funny. in my eyes, the only thing that really could stop him in this game is the end zone, because that is where he is headed each and every time. He's going to the end zone. He's going to get there one way or another. He is determined. Now, at this point of the game, we give up another sack, unfortunately. And I'm going to talk to Ramir about this because it was a player got him, but he would end up getting them back later. But we give up another sack. Then the Zebras, they swallowed their whistle on a huge play against David, which should have been pass interference on third down. We're not going to call a blatant grabbing of a jersey. Let's continue playing. Okay, that's what you're doing. All right. So then we try a field goal from 37 yards, missed that one. Oh, my God. All right, so, whew. Okay, so punt the ball off back to Trinity. Now we're in the fourth quarter, by the way. We're in the fourth quarter. Defense comes through with another 3 and out. All right. I'm like, oh, all right. Offense gets the ball back. We're about at midfield or so. And what I tell you just now about Ramir Elliott, only thing that stops him is the end zone. Boom. 2 carries, 50 yards, touchdown. Let's go. And now the game's starting to get really good, okay? I have copious amounts of notes. SAT prep for all you guys out there. SAT prep work is copious for the moment. And I have all these notes, great notes. And I could not believe I had to rewind the game back when I got home. And once again, I'm on Twitter initially watching the game, getting updates on it. And I'm like, oh, yes. Come on, boys. You can do it. 41 Trinity, 35 Warren Central, 8 minutes to go in the game. And then we kick the ball off to them. And, sometimes you have to remind your opponent that you're still tough, all right? And you're not going to be you're not going to be a pushover. And that's just what we did on kickoff. I used to love kickoff back in the day. That would be the time where you put, I don't want to call them the goons, but the boys that they just want to go out there and just go out there and smack somebody in the mouth. Go out there and hit somebody, set the tone. And that is what number 29, Mr. Randy Wells, that's what he did. He goes out there and literally he hits the kid so hard. He just flips the kid and he's in the air. His feet is in the air, his head's on the ground. All right. Set the tone right there. All right. They from this point on, Trinity was shook. You could tell. And then on this same drive, Christian Hastings comes up with a huge tackle for a loss for us. And it was huge because it came right after Trinity completed another big pass play for them. Once again, like I said, the quarterback he was a good quarterback. He was getting the ball out where it needed to be. But on this play, Christian came through, smacked him, huge tackle for a loss right after that bit. So that sets them back a little bit. And then my boys, Damon Jones, all right? Damon Jones and Cross. What's Cross's first name? Marquise Cross. Marquise, hey, Coach Clark speaks highly of you, all right? Continue to work on your craft, son. Continue to work on your craft. You are definitely going to be another great of his to come out, all right? Definitely keep working on it. But Damon and Marquise came through with a huge sack. And now Trinity went from being 10 of 11 on third down. Remember, I told you, remember that number, to now they are 10 of 14. The best analogy I like to think of when it comes to trying to make a big comeback like this. What's the best way? You ever heard the term, what's the best way to eat a cake? One bite at a time. And the only way to get a big victory or a comeback from a deficit like this that we were in, 20 points in the second half, is to get one stop at a time. And that's exactly what we're doing. 3 consecutive drives. Defense came through. No points, no nothing. Okay. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. So, once again, we get the ball. Now, remember, I told you guys, 10 of 11. There were now 10 of 14 on third down. Well, what were we on third down? We were 2 for 7. Okay. And if you don't know, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. 2 for 7 on third down. All right. It's a fourth quarter. We're about 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. It's 3rd and 10. Okay. Thankfully, Trinity decides to help us out a little bit. They get a penalty called on them. I think they jump off sides or something like that. And now it makes it 3rd and 5. No, it wasn't a jump off sides. They face masked on Ramir on a play. So now it makes it 3rd and 5. And so what do we do? Keep feeding the beast, baby. Come on now. Number 21 is hungry. Hey, this is the star player right here. Feed him the ball. We're rushing hard in this game. We're getting what we want. Hey, keep feeding him the ball. So what does Ramir do? He gets a huge first down run, at least 20, 30 yards. And then on the next play, a few plays later, Latavius Goods, a lot of these players, when I see them in the hallway, it's kind of crazy. Like, man, this dude really out here balling sometimes. Like, I see David. Davis, that's a normal player to me. But when I see him on TV, it's like, oh, my God. But when I see Latavius, like, man, this dude had one of the luckiest catches I've seen since, oh, my God, since my man, since the 2009 state championship game. And wow, the ball literally bounces off of 3 Trinity players. No, it bounces off 2 Trinity players and Latavius before he finally is able to get a hold of it. All right. So we get that, keep moving the ball, and then 4th and 1 with 3 minutes to go in the game. All right. Like I said, we're feeding Ramir. Come on, let's go. 4th and 1. We can get this. We can get a yard. We get stopped. Stuffed. Man. Okay. Like I said, I'm at work. I'm reading my updates here. We can do this. And then once again, I talked about this man on Twitter last week because he had a huge hit on a Center Grove player. And I said on Twitter, it's like the picture that was posted online, the only thing missing from this man right here was a red belt. And I'm going to get to talk about the legacy of the red belts or blood belts, how we used to call them. I'm going to talk about that in a later episode. But this man right here, Cavi Minor, number 32, he came up with another huge play for the defense. Okay. Then, all right. So, now once again, Trinity, 3rd down. They were efficient as you could possibly be. 10 for 11, now they're down to 10 to 14, which is still decent. It's still decent. So they got a little cocky in their mindset, all right? Really, the only thing they got to do is they just have to run the ball. They are able to run the ball and get a first down. This game is just about over, all right? We are almost out of timeouts here. But they throw the ball on 3rd down, and it's incomplete. It's not even close. Not even close to being completed. Okay. All right. Thank you a lot for helping us, Trinity. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. So now it comes down to 4th and 6. Whew. When I am watching my updates and it says Warren gets a stop on 4th down, man, I probably let out the biggest holler I could possibly imagine at work. But I gotta keep calm because I know we still have to go down and score. All right. So it wasn't until I get home later and I'm watching the game. I didn't even know what play they ran, but I'm like, they run another pass play and it was a slip screen? Really? That's what you thought you were going to get against us? I guess it worked earlier in the game, but that's what you want to call late in the game? You want to go back to the well that many times? Okay, well, that didn't work out for you. That didn't work out for you too well at all. And they ran the ball. They threw the ball. This is one of the few times I actually saw them throw David Bell's way, because David Bell, he still plays a lot of defense, cornerback, but usually I didn't see them throw his way once I watched the game at home at the end of the night. I didn't see them throw his way at all. But this time they went in his direction the one time, and he wasn't the first one to the ball. Number 30, what is 30's name? Caleb Carruthers, who came up, who really had a lot of tackles this game. He was the first one to the ball. But then it was just another like weird play. Like, why would you call that? You're running everything you can. You're getting everything you want. Why go with that? So we get the ball. All right. It's 41-35. Trinity has a lead. 6-point lead on us with 4 in the fourth quarter with 1:35 to go. And Jaden just trying to make a play. I love it. Gets the ball, tosses the ball to David, and the DB that was covering David, man, he got smoked. And what did he do when he got smoked to try to help himself? He tried to hold him. Well, thankfully, the referee wasn't holding his whistle this time. He threw the flag. PI, pass interference. Let's go. Then after that, David comes up with one of those basket sideline catches where if anybody's going to catch it, it's going to be the player you want or somebody standing on out of bounds on the sideline. And David just catches it and goes maybe probably about 15 yards before he steps out of bounds. I'm like, yes, come on. And then the miracle happened. And here's the miracle play right here.
Shotgun formation. Ball on 28, 1st and 10, 1:16. Warriors down by 7. One receiver on the far, 2 on the near. Elliott in the backfield. George looks for a man across the field. He's got David Bell, and Bell cuts across the field and walks in for a Warrior touchdown. And that'll push the score to 40-41 with 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. 41-41, sorry.
That is a massive, massive play for the Warriors. David Bell able to get into the end zone. Now the game is all tied up. If the Warriors can get this extra point, that will be the lead for them.
Ramirez will line up for the kick and the chance to take the first lead of the night for the Warriors.
This is going to be a huge play, Kevin. This is why David Bell is the player that he is and ranked number 1 in the state.
As Ramirez gets the kick through the uprights, and that'll give the Warriors a 1-point lead with 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And just like that, David Bell, another game-winning touchdown. Like, well, I can't call it game-winning yet because we still have to give them back the ball. But 3 plays, okay, folks? 3 plays, 65 yards, in 27 seconds. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And they show the fans, all Trinity's fans on the TV afterwards. When I get home, I kind of see updates of it on my phone on Twitter while I'm looking, and they are doing the surrender cobra. If you are familiar with the surrender cobra, you can either Google it, but it's when people put their hands, 2 hands behind their heads, and kind of like an "oh my God, I can't believe this is happening" type of gesture. And yes, it happened. Okay. So we're also leading 42-41. Now, if you're thinking, well, how did they get 41 instead of 42? Aha. I couldn't see online or when I got home at night who blocked it, but shout out to somebody on the defensive line that blocked the PAT. You, sir, are the one-play warrior that I like to talk about. And when I talk about lethal weapons, you will be definitely the one guy. Don't tell me one play doesn't make a difference, folks. Do not tell me one play doesn't make a difference in the football game. All right? That right there was huge. And even more huge, shout out to our kicker, Jason Ramirez. I know it was tough. Hey, pressure bust pipes, baby. And you came on in the clutch. I know you didn't make those field goals that you wanted, but you made the PATs that really counted in this game. You made those plays, and the other guy did it. That's all you can worry about. Keep working on your craft, buddy. Keep working on yourself, all right? So, like I said, it's a minute 01 to go, all right? They get the ball back. Isaiah Warren comes up with a huge stop on kickoff. Once again, setting the tone on kickoff is so crucial. So crucial. If you don't come down and set the tone and let somebody come back and run the ball halfway down the field or give a good field position, let alone giving up a touchdown on the kickoff return. All right, we're not even going to discuss that. But if you just give them good field position, that is so hard to deal with because now the offense is like, okay, boys, we ain't got to go 60, 70 yards now. Okay? We don't got to march down the field. We just got to make a few plays here and there to get some points. That's how offensive guys think. Nope. No. Isaiah Warren had other plans for them. Huge stop right there. All right? Now, comes down to third down once again. And this team, they went from being 10 of 11 on third down, okay, to now we get to stop on third down once again, and they go to 10 of 16. That's 5 straight stops on third down. What'd I say? The best way to come back in a game like this is one bite at a time. One bite of that cake at a time, folks. One stop at a time. That's what the defense needs to do. And then last chance opportunity, fourth down, they throw a quarterback that had been money all night. He was money no more. The bank was closed for him. He ain't had nothing to take out. Incomplete pass on fourth down. The comeback is complete. And just like that, folks, one of the biggest comeback victories in school history. And I'm just like, I'm at work. I'm screaming. I had to walk outside and scream for a little bit and holler. My coworker thought I was going crazy, which I probably was. I'm crazy sometimes and passionate when it comes to my team and my program. So, yeah, to say I was happy is an understatement. Now, when I talked about Ramir last week, I said he was on to doing some great things. Some guys that had start their season off with 3 touchdowns rushing in their senior season first game. And sure enough, he continued to have big numbers. 23 carries for 233 yards. On national TV, mind you, for 2 touchdowns and then another 3 receptions, okay, and 37 yards and another touchdown. So he had a grand total of 270 yards and 3 touchdowns on national TV in a game that his team desperately needed to set the tone and let people know that this team on the east side of Indianapolis isn't the one to be messed with. All right? We may get down at times, but we ain't going to be out. No, not ever. Not ever. Not today. Not up in here. Not up in here. Not if we have anything to say about it. And that's what I love, man. I love resiliency. I love a team that will come together and say, this is our moment. We are going to be the toughest team you will face. We are going to hit you in the mouth, and we're going to take your best shot, and we're going to rub it off. Because it can't stop us. It can't beat us. No. I refuse. I refuse to believe that can beat us. No, I refuse. And that's what I love, man. That is definitely what I love to see. And Ooh, oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it to death. All right, we're going to cut to a break. I got a special guest interview coming on right here in a moment here. So we're going to cut to a break, and then I'll come back and have this guy introduce himself to you guys.
Yo, this is Nick Temple, Warrior legend, Mr. Football winner, state champion, former captain of Cincinnati Bearcats. You are listening to True Warrior Football Podcast.
All right. We are back here live with the True Warrior Football Podcast. I have a special guest with me. Special guest, introduce yourself for the people out there for me real quick.
How you doing, guys? I'm Romare Elliott. I'm a senior here at Warren Central, play running back for the football team, number 21.
Number 21. And Ramir, I had to have you on after the game on Friday. It was your performance was so outstanding. It would be a disservice if I did not have you on here. I know I could go with you or David or even have Jaden come back on again. But I think having you and your performance on national television that's incredible. So I'm appreciating it and glad to have you on here. So let me ask you this question. We start the game off down, 21-0. What was going through your head at that moment?
To be honest, I just knew we weren't out of it. I just wanted to make sure my teammates weren't out of it because I know how mentally tough I am. So I just wanted to keep my teammates up because I knew we could come back.
Yeah, because it's really hard. I think that's what we've done to a lot of teams over the past. Get them down real quick and really beat them into submission. Mm-hmm. Like I used to say, like a lot of times we get off the bus and already the team was beat and there was no way they were coming back. But being down 21-0, man, it can turn into 30-0, 40-0, and all of a sudden you're at half and you're like, oh my God, how can we come back? We've dug ourselves into a big hole like this. But the one thing that was really great, what you guys did, you didn't panic. It was early, 21-0 in the first quarter, but then we started chipping away. Mm-hmm. How do you have you ever heard the saying, how do you come back from something like this? One bite at a time, one stop at a time, man.
Yeah.
You guys did it, man. I liked in the second half, there was, what was it? Number 15 for Trinity. I don't know his name. I don't got their roster on me, but he got you on the play.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up, Jaden ended up taking a sack on it.
Yeah.
But I think it was a couple plays after that, you put him in the spin cycle, okay? Put him in the spin cycle and got some good yards. I believe that was your last touchdown of the game of that drive, I believe. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
So, and then what I really loved on David's game-winning catch, you stood in the pocket, all right? You helped stay in the pocket with Jaden, I should say. You weren't the quarterback throwing the ball. Although I'm sure if they asked you to throw the ball, you think you could do it?
Yeah, I feel like I can.
I feel like you could.
Yeah.
But no, you stayed back there, helped Jaden, and you blew up Stephen Herron, their star player that's committed to Stanford. Man, how did that feel? Like, were you ready? Had you like seen them run that play or something like that before in film or something like that?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I just know how good of a player he is. And I just trusted. I mean, I was just hoping, like, Jaden would get the ball off quick. But, like, I just seen him come through, so I just had to step up like I always do. That's why we practice on blocking and practice all the time. So then I just stepped up and I just did what I could just to help the team win. And Jaden obviously completed, and D-Bill does what he does best, and he scored for us.
Yeah, he's definitely a special player, but you're a special player in your own right. So that play right there was just as huge as him taking – that ball off within five players and going into the end zone right there. Now, going into the season, well, I should say, in the off season, was there a lot of things you wanted to work on to prepare yourself for this year and everything like that? Did you like think, okay, I want to work on my footwork, I want to work on my vision? Were those type of goals that you already had for yourself, or was it something else you want to work on?
It was something else, something like being a better leader, because Coach West told me, like, that's how our past teams have come up short, because leaders that's supposed to be leaders, like, they don't lead at the right time. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I needed to be a better leader to help lead the team just to get to the ultimate goal and winning a state title. Yeah,
that's what I felt last year's team. Yeah. Early in the season, there was just some piece missing. And I spoke to Trent Taylor on the defense, and I spoke to Jason Holland on the offense. And those are two guys I have so much respect for now because I challenged them to be the leaders. And I saw that the way that the team started picking up and start making the plays down the stretch, they really became the leaders that we wanted. Heck, Jason scored the game-winning touchdown on senior night last year.
Yeah.
So that was huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that. So hey, I'm glad you are definitely taking on the mantle of being the leader that this team really needs. Now, let me ask you this. Now, Warren has a lot of great backs in our history. Like I said online, I listed like 4 or 5 guys. Really? No, I'll probably list about 10 guys. And of those guys in the past, like the Jewel Hamptons, Darren Evans, Shakir Bells, even Tante or who else? Anthony Davis or Deontay Buckley or a lot of those guys have come from the past. How have you looked at their game and what they used to do and try to pattern yourself off of that or take like different pieces of this and that and try to mold it to yourself?
I feel like I've done a little bit, but like I just remember Shakir Bell in the state game playing on a broken ankle, I believe.
Yeah, he was a tough guy right
and
there.
I just remember like saying to myself, I just wish I'll be that tough when I'm running the rock. And now some people say I run it hard, but like I feel like I could do better. And plus I'm working to get something that they got, state titles.
Hey, that's kind of scary that you want to work harder because, through 2 games already, you almost have 400 yards, which is like this numbers that I without going and looking through the stats, I know for a fact through 2 games, Jewel Hampton and Darren Evans through 2 games have 400 yards, and maybe Shakir his first 2 games against in 2009. So that's rarefied air that you're in. And with you being committed to SIU, a place that Jewel Hampton ended up going to, being, hey, that's a good place. They're going to get a special person in you for sure. Now, when you go there, have you already thought about what you want to major in yet, or is that just something that you're still undecided about a little bit right now?
Like we talked earlier, I was thinking about sports marketing.
Okay,
but like really just anything in the sports, just area. Because I'm just in love with sports. And I feel like after the game's over, I just want to continue. Not, when I'm done playing, just continue to be in sports. Yeah.
Man, hey, sports is a huge field right now. I never thought I'd be doing anything like this. Like, truthfully, when I graduated, I had aspects and aspirations set on something else. And I didn't even go nowhere near that area. And I've been working in sports I've been working in sports in the high school, the college level. This right now, I guess you kind of look at this a little bit of a professional level, doing this. So life can take a different turn, man. Just keep chasing that passion of yours, man. Definitely keep doing it. So that's my little bit of advice to you. Now I'm trying to think here. North Central, okay, they're coming up. They're talking a little smack right now, man. Yeah. They challenged us. I was thinking the game was here, but we're at North Central, which is crazy. It's like, man, these guys really are challenging us.
Yeah.
Like, do you know a little bit of the history between Warren and North Central?
Not really. The only history I know is every time we play, we get the dub. That's all I know.
And that's the only history that you need to know. That's the only history you need to know, because I've looked back in the record books. I don't know when the last time we lost to them.
Me either.
And I don't plan on it being this weekend. I know you don't plan on it being this weekend either.
Nope.
Man. The 2 best games, maybe 3 best games, were a game in 2004 where we played them at the RCA Dome. And that game ended up being 35-34. And the only reason they didn't go to overtime was because their kicker missed a PAT. And it bounced off bounced off the upright. I can still hear it in my mind right now. And then the year after that, we go to North Central, and it's a real close game at half. I think it was like either 0-0 or 6-0. And this is a team where we got Dexter Taylor and Darren Evans, 2 guys that end up rushing for 2,000 yards.
Yep.
And they're holding us, man. We go into halftime and make adjustments, and we ended up, I think we went up winning 38-0. Goose egg, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Year after that, your coach, actually, Coach Spain, he could tell you a little bit more about this at practice, man. He got off against us. Yeah. 2016 was one of the better defenses I've ever seen anywhere, period, in high school. And he got off. They ended up putting up like 35, I think, which was the most points we gave up all year. Mm-hmm. But we scored 50-something. Yeah. And ended up winning that game, having to come back at a sectional championship game and really battle with them. So the history with us in North Central is really deep. They want to be us, truthfully. Yeah. And they got the cats to compete, but our cats are better than their cats, man, for sure. If you've never heard that saying before, our cats are definitely better than their cats. So, just think about that and, be that leader that you say you want to be, right? Because this is a team. You're going to get a lot of teams. They're going to be calling us out. Yeah. Calling us out, man. Matter of fact, New Pal's calling us out. They're talking about they want to see Warren Central. Man, can you believe that?
Yeah, nah, really can't.
New Pal won a state championship for the first time in their history, and they want to call out the big dogs. Yeah. Man, please. Whew. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on. I love the intensity that you guys showed on Friday night. I was nervous, man, watching and getting updates via Twitter and stuff like that. So, hey, I'm very happy you guys came out. National television, hey, we set the tone, baby. Yeah. Set the tone. Let them know, Warren, there ain't no pushovers on the east side, baby.
Nope.
All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Ramir Elliott, star running back for your Warren Central Warriors.
Thank you.
This is Kevin Humphrey, 4-time state champion, Warren legend, wide receivers coach, and you are now watching True Warrior Football Podcast.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I, of course, had to have a star player for the defense with us after this past week's game. So, star player, introduce yourself for everybody at home.
Hey, I'm Malik Ma, number 45.
Number 45?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Malik, you guys had an absolutely amazing comeback on Friday night. Tell me about what were your thoughts going in when you guys were down like that? What were you going through your head?
The only thing that was going through my head was I ain't coming this far to lose, especially not on national TV. So.
Okay. And I definitely understand you there, man. Nobody wants to get embarrassed on national TV.
Nah.
And it was, unfortunately, it was headed in that direction. Though Coach West said it was one of the worst quarters in school history. And I would hate to have to agree with a statement like that, but, man, it was not looking good for us, man. 21-0 in the first quarter. Woo. But we fought back. Now, and at halftime, what were you telling your guys?
So we're going to work with the family. They weren't gonna let up, so we had to bring the house down.
Okay. And we come out, and then the third quarter is not that great for us either. It's like maybe we're just a better second and fourth quarter team. You think on national TV?
No, I don't think it's that. I just think I don't know if like our heads were in the game, but I don't think it's the second and fourth quarter. I know we can come around, so this whole game type probably just a little fatigued.
Well, okay. Sometimes that happens when you're out of your element like that and you're traveling and you're having to play at a different place at a different time. Sometimes that can happen. I know the incident with the buses didn't help before the game either.
Not at all.
Yeah. So now, all right. Did you know at one point during the game that the quarterback was, what was it? I think he was 14 for 16 on completions for like 4 touchdowns.
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Well,
nah.
Good thing you didn't know that, because I don't think he probably made about 3 or 4 completions the rest of the game. And at that point, they were also 10 of 11 on third down completions, on third down conversions, which for people, once again, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 10 for 11 is really good.
Yeah,
really good. But the defense stepped it up, and you guys had 5 consecutive stops on third down, which is just huge. Huge.
Yeah.
I believe they only had 2 first downs, and that was from the middle point of the third quarter to the rest of the game. Yeah. 2 first downs. That is just huge, man. Once you got the momentum going, what were you telling you guys? Like, what were the coaches telling you guys? What were you telling the other players on the team?
Man, I would just tell them keep your head in the game. It's a lot of game left. I mean, the game not over till it's 0-0 on the clock. So just keep fighting.
You gotta keep fighting, man. Definitely gotta keep fighting. You guys, did it surprise you at the end of the game though when when the play calling decisions that they came up with. Like, I know they threw the ball on third down to really help us out. Like, did that surprise you? Were you guys ready for that, or what were you thinking there?
Well, yeah, I knew it was gonna be a pass, but I thought they'd probably throw it deeper or have more people going deep instead of doing like little quick routes. So
okay. And then now that third down pass was weird, and then we get the ball back. Yeah. Offense does their crazy things and getting David the ball, and he scores a great touchdown. Then we got to kick the ball back off to them. All right. Now they're trying to drive. They're trying to get in field goal range. What was going through your mind right then?
Really just stay focused, read my assignments, and attack.
Okay. Alignment, assignment, attack, baby. 3 A's. AAA, that's what I love right there. That's lethal weapon. You know what that's on the board there in the locker room?
Yeah.
Lethal weapon. I'm gonna talk about that in a later episode for you guys out there that don't know about the lethal weapons. But okay, so fourth down play comes. What were you guys thinking they were gonna try to do there? Because it's like it's a 4th and like 6 or something like that. It's not that too hard for them to really convert, because they've been getting plays like that all game.
Yeah.
So they run that pass play. I think it was a slip screen, wasn't it?
They tried to do more like he tried to do like a dump route.
Okay.
So he threw it to the dump man, but he threw it. He had pressure. And he threw it too far. So it was just really a blessing that we had our D-line did their thing.
D-line came. And I cannot believe I still used to think of you as a D-lineman for all those years, man. And it wasn't until, what was it, like the before the Center Grove game where you finally corrected me, like, man, I'm a linebacker, man. I'm like, oh, man, I thought you was one of Corey's dogs still, man. My fault. But no, you played your position really well. I'm definitely glad to see you guys have such a great comeback. Even though it started, you never want to have holes like that. Like being down 20 points twice in a game is not fun.
Not at all.
Not fun at all. But you guys fought back, man. And it was really like the spirit of what the girls and boys basketball team really, like the can't fold, won't fold, man. Like that's what you guys look. You guys embodied that a little bit, man. That's the spirit of Warriors, man. I mean, that's a little pride on your chest there, man. I mean, come on now. You got to strap up. You got to go out there and do what it do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys got a lot of experience right there. You know, shows that you guys can handle the adversity in a tough situation. Which is, I mean, it's a long season, right?
Yeah,
long season, and we got a long way to go. And matter of fact, North Central right now. Tell me about them, man. Tell me what you think about them coming up.
Really, I'm just going for me. They're a team. You know, back in the past years, they wasn't that good. Right now, they're 2-0. We got to take every game as a state game, so we was going to work. 1-0.
Stay humble. I love it. Hey, well, I definitely had to say this to you right now. This comeback that we just had, it would not have been possible without the defense. Yeah. The offense came through. Ramir, David, Jaden, those guys out there, they came through and made the plays. But without you guys doing your thing on defense, it never would have been possible. So for that, because of that reason right there, you guys are my true Warrior football players of the game, man. The whole defense, man. You came through. You came through as a unit. And you got those stops that were necessary because, hey, if you're gonna make a comeback, gotta be one stop at a time, man. And you guys did it. Like 5 straight stops. I guarantee you, there's not gonna be a team in the state of Kentucky to stop them 5 straight times.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So, but hey, I appreciate you coming on. Hey. Best of luck this weekend against North Central. Once again, everybody, number 45, Malik Mile for everybody right there. And we'll be back with one last segment. All right, last thing I want to say. It was an ESPN game we played on, right? Okay. So we're playing on ESPN. And they came up with this graphic, and it was a graphic I just could not believe when I saw it, okay? And it was about the 2 of the top ranked players that were in the game. And of course you had David Bell and there Stephon Heron. And the ESPN rank for David was 229. And for Heron was 171. Now, I'm not even going to get into that one, okay? Here's what really ticked me off, okay? This what really made me scratch my head and think, what? Are you serious? They had David Bell's rank at his position of wide receiver as number 33 in the nation. Now, and I'm just like, Huh? What? You gotta be kidding me, right? Because last week I addressed this and I said David Bell's one of the more gifted people I've ever come across and actually seen and watched with my own two eyes here at Warren Central. And I refuse to believe that there are 32 wide receivers in the country that are better than him. Ain't no way, there's no way there's 32 wide receivers better, all right? If there are 32 better, you better pull out the film and show me because I want to see it right here, right now. So, and then ESPN came up with this graphic that said David Bell's strengths, okay, attacks football at its highest point, which you're supposed to do as a wide receiver, all right? Defensive backs as well, we always used to teach, go for the ball at the highest point, all right? But it says weakness is physical development. What do you want the man to do? Grow 2 inches overnight? I mean, come on now. He's quick. He's agile. I mean, he does things on the field no one else is capable of doing. All right. He is the same size as a lot of great NFL wide receivers right now. Okay. There's no way a physical development should be a weakness for that man. That is insulting to me. That is so horrible of somebody to put that. So ESPN, whoever does your rankings of high school athletes profile, I am officially inviting you onto my podcast. Come on here and tell me how you came up with these measurements, how you came up with these rankings. Because once again, I refuse to believe there's 32 better wide receivers in the country. There may be 5. And after this past week's game, I doubt there's 5. And anybody that turned on that film and watched him play from all over the country, they would most likely agree with me as well. Just because he's not 6'8" or, whatever, and this, like, we're tossing the ball all around the field and he's catching everything, doesn't mean that he's not one of the best wide receivers in the country right now. I refuse to believe that. And also, let me, just a side note here. There's Stephen Heron, however you say your first name. You are a very talented individual, and I don't know if you'll ever hear this, but I hope somebody sends this to you so you can hear it, okay? You are a 2-time state champion for Trinity, okay? You posted a picture on Instagram that I could not believe. You posted a picture of you beating our star player, Justin Britt. And for you, all you guys that did not know, unfortunately, Justin has he got a season-ending knee injury in the game. So please keep him in your prayers and pray for him because he's a senior season this year and he's not going to be able to play anymore, barring some miracle. So keep him in your prayers. But you put, back to you, Mr. Heron, you put a picture of you, kind of beating him off a play here and getting a tackle, which is fine, okay? But let's remember one thing, okay? You play defense, okay? Your defense, not once, but twice, okay, blew a 20-point lead. Think about that, all right? Your defense, you're a captain on the defense. You blew a 20-point lead that your offense gave you twice in a game. That's how you guys lost that game, all right? The great Bo Schembechler, and I talked about him last week on the podcast, he always said, the team. Stop doing stuff for yourself and do stuff for the team. I cannot believe you had the unmitigated gall to post a picture like that on social media and not think somebody wouldn't see it and think, this guy has got to be out his mind. Yeah, okay, you got the sack, but you lost the game. Embarrassingly on national television. How about that? And you did it at home, blowing a 20-point lead twice. Yeah, that's something to be very proud of. Yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. Whew. Now I know we ran a little bit long today, but you know what? This is a great game. I could not cut it short. I think that would be a disservice to the game and how epic it was. Like I said, this was like one of the biggest one of the biggest comebacks in school history. So I devoted as much time as I thought that was necessary for this. And also doing a segment here, one last thing called Things I Got Wrong from Last Week. Now, there was a part of last week's episode where I got a little bit ahead of myself. I don't know if I was talking too fast, whatever. I said that Warren Central has 6 state titles. Now, everybody knows, I know Warren Central has more than 6 state titles, okay? They have a grand total of 8 in football. 8 state titles. And I don't know if I was just talking too fast, like Chris Tucker or something like that, or whatever, and made a mistake. I think in my mind I was thinking 6 since 2003, and I just didn't put that part in there. So there, let me correct myself on that. We do have 8 state titles. And another thing, and I was talking about Max Preps and how they ranked us one of the top 10 schools in the country when it comes to football since 2003. I gave an example of saying there are 3,000 schools in the country. Well, unfortunately, that's fake news. Okay, I should have just did a Google search to see how many schools there are in the country. Apparently, from the latest data, okay, there are 20,500 schools in the country. That is a whole heck of a lot more than 3,000. So I apologize for that mistake, but I still stick to what I said. There's probably about, of those 20,000 schools, probably about 200 of them are really good at football. And of those 200, we're considered in the top 10. So all my math whizzes out there that listen to this, do that percentage and get back to me, all right? Because I'm sure it's like 0.1% or something like that, or less than that. But we are, and we proved it on national television, one of the best schools when it comes to playing football in this country. So with that being said, my name is Corey Kid Smith. You're listening to True Warrior Football Podcast. Warrior Band, take us away.